Then the waiting period is until she delivers the child. This is the waiting period, not divorce taking place. Now waiting period, if I use the waiting period, you must have all this in your mind. That is why I discussed these three. So if you come back to Surah 6, Talaq 65, 1, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu idha tallaqtumun nisa fatalliquhunna li'iddatihinna wa'sul iddah. O you who is a prophet, when you divorce women, then divorce them from their numbering waiting period and calculate the numbering waiting period. What would be the waiting period? What he has to calculate? First is the 3 readings, 3 menstrual cycle readings she has to calculate. The second, if she is not having menses, then 3 months. And if she is pregnant, until she delivers. That complete is the waiting period. And in that, there is no divorce. She is waiting to be divorced. This is very important. If I say divorce to my wife based on the ayahs, she has to complete the waiting period. That is why Allah says, then divorce them for their numbering, for their counting. You have to count. In that she has to stay in the and further if you read and calculate the numbering waiting period and take guard of Allah your Lord, do not expel them from their houses. Do not expel them from their houses during that waiting period, because you should know the counting of the menstrual cycle in front of you, because she's your wife. You have to know that the 3 readings are there, or she's pregnant and until the child is born. That is her waiting period. And then do not expel, and they do not expel themselves. And they are not allowed to go out from the houses. They will not go out from the houses. They do not expel themselves, except they come with a clear obscenity, except they are committing an adultery, exposed adultery. Fahishatam mubayyina. If they are clearly doing fahisha, means clearly, without any witnesses. Mubayyina is clear. Then they can be expelled out. Otherwise, they have to remain in the house. Make sure they have to remain in the house. And in our culture and society, the woman leaves the house, or the man throws the woman out from the house. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. You have come here to listen what the Quran has to say about the divorce. What are the prerequisites of the divorce? It is not your own vain desire. You get angry and you divorce the wife and you throw her out from the house, or she gets out from the house. That's not the practice of a believing man and the believing woman of the Quran. If you believe in the ayahs on the last day, then you have to do this. You cannot expel them from the houses. You have to make sure in your own premises and count the waiting period. And the waiting period, when I say you must have these 4 conditions, I have explained to you, must have these 3-4 conditions in your mind. And Allah says, these are the limits and the boundaries of Allah, and whosoever transgresses the limits of the boundaries of Allah, then without doubt he had oppressed his soul's self-psyche. You cannot comprehend that maybe Allah will cause an incident even after that order of giving divorce. So these are the boundaries and the limits of Allah is given to you, that when the prerequisite I've explained, and finally you want to separate or get divorced. The man, first I'm telling you how the process of the prerequisite, that when you give the divorce, then you make sure that I divorce you. I say to my wife, I divorce you. Not 3 times, 4 times, 100 times. I simply say, I divorce you. Then she sits, she waits, and you count the waiting period. And the counting of the waiting period I've explained. So in the further ayahs also is written this. I read the Al-Baqarah 228 half to explain to you that they should not hide also. what their wombs can have. So they cannot hide. So further it says, وَبُعُولَتَهُنَّ أَحَقُّ بِرَدِّهِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ إِنْ أَرَادُوا إِصْلَاحًا وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَلِلرِّجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ الدَّرَجَةُ وَاللَّهُ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. And their husbands has more right to take them back in that if they intend to do correction, and from them woman is like similar of what is over them with acknowledgement, recognition, and for men have a degree over them, and Allah is mighty wise. Now during that waiting period, should I explain to you the waiting period? You know in your mind what is the waiting period? During the waiting period, because the husband is giving the divorce, the believing husband, so Allah says their husband have more right to take them back. In that, what in that? In that waiting period. Like for example, take one country, 3 menstrual cycle, and after 1.5 months, I realize that she's corrected herself, the prerequisite divorce. So now I approach her and she said, I agree, I will correct. So if you join them, the waiting period is nullified and the divorce is nullified. You understand what I'm saying? During that process of waiting period, it says their husbands have more right to take them back in that waiting period if they intend to do correction, both of them. The decision can be taken back and the divorce process will be nullified. The divorce process starts after giving the divorce, is the waiting period starts. And in that if you approach and you intend to do correction, then they can join in. So Allah says, and for the women is like the similar of what is over them with acknowledgement, recognition. Now this portion is related if the woman is asking for divorce. Okay? I was reading about men giving divorce. If the woman asks for divorce, the same rule applies to her. That she goes into the waiting period, the husband will count. The same is Allah saying, she can also join in that waiting period. She intends, and for the woman is the like similar of what is over them with acknowledgement, recognition. Meaning, if the man gives divorce, has got a more right. But if the woman also intends to take a divorce, and in between that waiting period she realizes she can join back. You follow what I'm saying? It's a similar right. وَلَهُنَّ مِثُلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. The same woman, the woman, believing woman, is like, for them woman is the like similar of what is over them. They can also go back in that waiting period if they intend to for a divorce. But Allah says, وَلِلْرِجَالِ عَلَيْهِنَّ دَرَجَةٌ وَاللَّهُ عَزِيزٌ حَكِيمٌ. And for men have a degree over them. Allah is mighty wise. Now, what is a degree? A man has a degree over them in daraja, in divorce. Men give divorce twice. And when woman takes a divorce, she can take divorce once. I will explain to you in the ayahs, like I've given here in Baqarah 2, I'll just give you one portion little, I'll discuss this. At-talaqu marratan. فَإِمْسَاكُمْ بِمَعْرُوفٍ أَوْ تَسْرِيحٌ بِإِحْسَانٍ. The divorce is 2 times, so hold their wives with acknowledgement, recognition, or release them with beautifulness. Divorce is at-talaqu marratan. Divorce is permissible twice of men because of one daraja, a degree over them. How? So what would be twice divorce from men? He will give divorce, then she has to wait in waiting period. Then he will give another divorce. Then she will wait for that waiting period. So that will, suppose let's say 3 menstruation cycles and plus 3 menstrual cycles, or 3 months and 3 months would be approximately 6 months without being pregnancy. So divorce is twice, means one darja is given to men in divorce. He can divorce his wife twice. But if woman intends to take a divorce, is only once. Have you understood this point? If I intend to divorce my wife, I will divorce her twice, meaning she has to wait for 6 months, average waiting period. 3 menstruation cycles plus 3 menstruation cycles. Or 3 months if she is not having cycle. Or if she is pregnant, then the whole period. So that divorce will be twice. But it will be completed in 6 months when man is giving divorce. That is 1 darja to men. And if the woman takes a divorce, that is only for 3 months. No more 3 other months. Okay? That is 1 degree on talaq. Not otherwise 1 degree. This is related to so in that waiting period, when she is waiting, in that waiting period, she is living in the house, what Allah says. At-Talaq 65:6. Askinuhunna min haythu sakantum min wujdikum wala tudarruhunna litudayyiqu alayhinna wa in kunna ulati hamlin فأنفقوا عليهن حتى يدعن حملهن فإن أرضعن لكم فآتوهن أجورهن وأتمروا بينكم بمعروف وإن تعاسرتم فسترضع له أخرى. Let the women who are divorced reside wherever you live, reside from your presence. And you do not harm them so that you tighten over them if they carry the burdens pregnant. So spend on them until they place their burdens, give birth. So if they feed the child for you, give them their wages. And consult among you with acknowledgement, recognition. And if you have difficulty, then other women feed the child for him. Now, this is when you have divorced her, divorce has not taken place. She is living in your house in the same premises where you are living. To count the waiting period, to count the numbering, the counting of the months. So he said, let the women who are divorced reside wherever you live. Not throwing her out, wherever you are living. And now the instruction, do not harm them. Let them live nicely. Do not harm them. That you tighten over them, and if they carry the burdens, meaning if they are pregnant, in 3 months also, if they are pregnant, so spend on them until they place their burdens. During that waiting period, you have to provide everything what your status is. When she is in that waiting period, you have to take the expenditure, you have to spend money on her. And if she's pregnant, then you have to give her the wages. That will come later on. And confer and consult amongst you with acknowledgement, recognition. And if you have difficulty, then other women feed the child. First of all, during that waiting period, she has to live in the same style, manner as you live. And the husband has to provide the wages. Not that you have stopped. You cannot tighten her. You cannot bully her. They can live nicely in the same house. And if they are carrying the burdens, so you have to give the wages until they give birth in the same premises as you live. Now, because it is related to what the last portion, if you have difficulty, then over the woman feed the child for him. Now, if the women have some problem, they are not able to have, women have not been able to feed the child, the other woman can be taken into account for feeding. Nowadays, you bring the cow in between, but there are women, in the old days they used to call dai, the feeder. There are feeder women who have got birth and who got extra milk with themselves. So they can be a party and feed your child. And that is described in Baqarah 2 and Ayat 233. وَالْوَالِدَاتُ يُرْضِعْنَ أَوْلَادَهُنَّ حَوْلَيْنِ كَامِلَيْنِ لِمَنْ أَرَادَ أَنْ يُتِمَّ الرَّضَاعَةَ وَعَلَى الْمَوْلُودِ لَهُ رِزْقُهُنَّ وَكِسْوَتُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ لا تكلف نفس إلا وسعها لا تضار والدة بولدها ولا مولود له بولده وعلى الوارث مثل ذلك فإن أراد فصالا عن تراض منهما وتشاور فلا جناح عليهما وإن أردتم أن تسترضعوا أولادكم فلا جناح عليكم إذا سلمتم ما آتيتم بالمعروف واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله بما تعملون بصير. And the mothers feed their children complete to surrounding periods. Now I stop here. Here in Arabic is وَالْوَالِدَاتُ يُرْضِينَ أَوْلَادَهُنَّ حَوْلَيْنِ كَامِلَيْنِ. Generally the people have translated as 2 years. People have translated as 2 years. In Arabic, year means sana. Year in Arabic means sana or am, generally. The word haul, hawlaini means two surroundings. The haul word means surroundings. And it has occurred in the Quran 25 times, the word haul. And all the places, the translators have translated this word haul as surroundings. Here they have translated as year, 2 years. And I would like to explain to you this hawlaini kamilaini means to complete 2 surroundings. What are those 2 surroundings? I would like to discuss. I'll come back to this ayah. You go to the other ayah. Surah Al-Aqaf 46, ayah 15. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ كُرْهًا وَوَضَعَتْهُ كُرْهًا وَحَمْلُهُ وَفِصَالُهُ 30 شهرًا. And we gave the testimony to man to be nice, beautiful with his parents. His mother carried or pregnant with him dislikingly, and she gave birth to him dislikingly. She carried pregnant with him, and his separation, weaning, is 30 months. If you look in the Arabic, وَحَمْلُهُ means hamluhu means he's carrying. When she's pregnant, she's carrying the child. Hamluhu. Wa fisaluhu, 2 things. Hamluhu wa fisaluhu is 30 months. Look at me please. Hamluhu means when she's pregnant. Allah is saying wa hamluhu, his pregnancy period is the woman is carrying him, the person, the child, his pregnancy period, and wafisalu, feeding period, breastfeeding. Together they become 30 months. So do you think that hawlaini kamilaini means one haul is one pregnancy haul period surrounding, and the other is breastfeeding period, the other period. That is total is 30 months. So if you see, if the child is born 9-month child, so she kept in one surrounding, the child was in one surrounding, was how many? 9 months. And hamlu wa fisalu is total is 30 months. So 30 minus 9 would be feeding. 21 months. Are you following, my dear brothers and sisters? The Arabic word hawlaini kamilain means you have to complete both surroundings. So the both surroundings to complete is, one surrounding is the pregnancy surrounding of the child, the other surrounding is the breastfeeding of the child. This is the 2 surrounding of the child. So the mother has to complete both surroundings as 30 months. So one surrounding is in the when she's pregnant with the woman, the child is in the mother's womb. وَحَمْلُهُ وَفِصَالُهُ, and her and his separation. When he's separated and then he breastfed it, that together means together comes to 30 months. So if the child is born 8 months, then the feeding is 22 months. If the child is born in 7 months, then it is 23 months feeding. And the minimum child is born in the world is 6 months by statistics. So that would be 2 years or 24 months. So 24, that means 2 years comes if the child is born in 6 months. So it's not 2 years. Hawlaini kamilaini is not 2 years. It is 2 completing the 2 surrounding of the child. One is when she's pregnant and how long the child remains in the mother's womb. That period is 1 surrounding. The other period is when she is weaning. So those together is 30 months. So the mother should know that I have given the birth to a child how many months? Is it a baby of 9 months or 10 months, 8 months or 7 months, minimum is 6 months. Whatever the amount he has, the child remains in the mother's womb is 1 surrounding, 1 period. The other period is the breastfeeding period. Are you following? So it's not 2 years. Now we come to the ayahs again. And the mothers feed the child completing 2 surroundings. Periods for one who intends to complete the feeding period. And on the born, that is a child, for him the father is their sustenance and their clothing, with acknowledgement and recognition. No soul self-psyche be burdened except spaciousness. No mother is to be harmed with her child, and not the born for him to be harmed with his child. And on the inheritor is similar to that. So if they intended separation, weaning, approval from both of them, and consult each other, then there is no offense on both of them. And if you intended to seek feeder for your children, then there is no offense on you when you hand over the wages to the feeder, what you gave them with acknowledgement. And take guard of Allah and know that surely Allah has insight with what you do. Now this is, Allah is explaining in this total ayat, if your wife is pregnant and she's delivered a child, so she has to complete 2 surroundings. One is the pregnancy period and one is the breastfeeding period. Total is 30 months. 1 surrounding and the other surrounding means complete 30 months. Now the husband has to provide the sustenance to the wife for the feeding and all. Simple. And on the born, for him from the father is their sustenance and their clothing, with acknowledgement and recognition. Acknowledgement and recognition, whatever is your status. Not that you give whatever according to your status. You have to provide to the children according to your status, with recognition and acknowledgement. No soul psyche be burdened except his spaciousness. What is his spaciousness? No mother is to be harmed with her child, and not the born for him to be harmed with his child. Now, on the inheritor is similar to that. Now, if the divorce takes place, the child is from the father. Now, who is the inheritor of the child? Inheritor in Arabic normally comes as a guardian or as a grandfather. Oh, sorry, grandfather inheritor? Maternal or paternal, both? Or maternal uncle, or not the maternal uncle. You see, inheritor, who inherits the child? Now, if she gets married to another man, he will be an inheritor. So in the Arabic inheritance, to transfer by will, to transfer that the child can be can be transferred to the, if the wife gets married to another man, he becomes the inheritor, and that by transfer by the will of the husband, she can take the child and the other husband can adopt her. My child, suppose I give you an example, if I divorce my wife, to explain to you, so if my wife gets married to another man and my child, she can take her according to me, and we have to consult for each other. So if I agree, she can take the child. So I have to really write down that my name will be carried forward. He can adopt my son. So I have to transfer by will. So inheritance also means that it can be transferred. I can write down that this boy is mine. You have to give my name, not yours name, but I inherit he is a shareholder of my inheritance, not her next husband's inheritance. Okay, that is the word varis is being used, inheritor. So this was very important to tell you. And so if they intend the separation, weaning approved from both of them. Now the woman does not have enough milk, so they want to have some other woman to feed. So they can consult each other. Then there is no offense on both of them. If you intend to seek a feeder for your children, the husband can bring a feeder for the children. If my wife cannot produce enough milk, I can arrange, and I have to consult with my wife. Whether I'm in the process of divorce or I'm not in the process of divorce, I have to. And that's if you intend to seek the feeder for you, there is no offense on you. When you shift hand over, then you have to give the money to the feeder also, the woman who is feeding my child, who is taking care of the child. I have to give the wages to her. And take guard of Allah and know that surely Allah has insight with what you do. I hope you understand what I'm saying. At-Talaq 65:7. لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا. For the one whosoever is spacious spends from his spaciousness, and whosoever is to be evaluated, measured on his sustenance, then he spends whatever Allah gave him. Allah does not give a task to any soul self-psyche except that He gave to her soul self. Soon Allah will make easiness after difficulty. This ayat we were discussing when she has to remain in the premises of the husband and in the same place, and he has to provide the clothing and everything. Now he has to spend. So Allah said how much he has to spend. So for the one who, when she's living in the same, divorce is taking place, I have given divorce, she's in my house, she has to live in the same status that I live, and then I have to give wages and spend. So Allah said for the one whoever is spacious, who has got more money, spends from his spaciousness. And whosoever is to be evaluated, measured on his sustenance, is to be stingy, in a difficult position, then he spends what Allah gave him. To the wife, divorced wife, in the waiting period, this is in the waiting period we are discussing, and Allah does not give a task on any soul, self or psyche. In both conditions, when divorce is taking place, she is in that waiting period. Whether she is pregnant or that is being counted, the numbering is counted, she has to remain the same style. And here it mentioned he has to spend on her according to the status of his own. If he's a rich man, then he spends easily, and if he's not in a good position, again he has to spend, in both cases. This is what the ayat explains. Now Surah At-Talaq 65:2 says, فَإِذَا بَلَغْنَا أَجَلَهُنَّ فَأَمْسِكُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ أَوْ فَارِقُوهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ وَأَشْهِدُوا ذَوَيْ عَدْلٍ مِّنْكُمْ وَأَقِيمُوا الشَّهَادَةَ لِلَّهِ ذَلِكُمْ يُوعَظُ بِهِ مَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. Now when they reach their term, waiting period, then hold them with acknowledgement, recognition, or separate with acknowledge them, recognition, and take witnesses of two from you who are equitable, and establish the evidence for Allah, that is being sermoned with it, for those who believe with Allah in the last day, and whosoever takes guard of Allah, and He will make a way out of for him. Now, what happened? She was living in the premises. When she completed her term, the waiting period. Now, after the completion of the waiting period means that either it was 3 menstrual cycle, again you have to remember 3 months, or after the child is being given birth, she has completed her waiting period. What Allah says? He says, فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ فَأَمْسِكُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفِ. And for men is 6 months. Remember, 2 divorces twice. Remember this, twice is divorce. So that means 6 months is completed. And after the completion of divorce, Allah says, فَأَمْسِكُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ. You can hold them back with recognition. Can you believe this thing? You understand what I'm saying? After they completed their term, the waiting period, still you can join فَأَمْسِكُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ with recognition. أَوْ فَارِقُهُنَّ بِمَعْرُوفٍ, or you separate with recognition. That is, the divorce has taken place now.